Good morning, boys, and welcome back into our classroom. Today is Friday, February 5th. So let's start our day in prayer. And I actually have the prayer in front of me, so I hope we've been saying the right thing. So let's fold our hands and bow our heads. Lord, teach me to pray and hear my prayers. You hear all the words I say, for you are everywhere. Amen. All right, wonderful job. Let's jump on in. This is what we're going to work on today. We are going to do some cutting. We have a hearts halves worksheet. We have a fun trail that we're going to follow to get us from our friend here with her Valentine to get us to the mailbox to mail it. We have a coloring or painting page that says friends. And I'll show you that a little later. Here's my coloring. I also painted it. And I included some silly socks for autism awareness. So that's fun. And then we have a big heart here that we're going to use some tissue paper to work on. All right, I have a book I want to read to you too. It's called Never Too Little to Love. So this is the book we're going to be reading. I want to cover some things that, again, to go over things that we are learning in February. We did our X's, our worksheet on our letter X. So I want to remember there's not too many words that begin with X. There's names that begin with X. Xavier is a name that begins with X. But there's not too many words that begin with X, but there's words that end with X, like fox, ox, box. They're the examples I showed you when we did X. Okay, remember our colors, red and pink. We talked about making pink. We have white, we add a little bit of red to it, we make pink. We did that with Penny the Pink Pig. I also want to tell you what a good job you did on your listening activity when we had to listen about what the groundhog was doing and where the groundhog was going and what was next. So you did a great job on that. The shape is a heart, and we're going to be cutting a lot of hearts. So hopefully you got some practice when you were doing my feelings tree about cutting the hearts, okay? We also are going to talk about feelings. And yesterday lesson we did, I know that you made a happy face, a sad face, but I'm going to give you some flashcards at the end of today, and we're going to talk about the emotions that we see on their faces. So we have a pretty packed day. This lesson is going to be cut in half, so there's going to be 2 lessons. So let's start with our cutting page. All right, so let's get our cutting page out and let's take care of some housekeeping. And that means putting our name on the top. That's the first thing we have to do. Okay, so we're putting our name on the very top. And then we're going down here to this dotted line that has scissors on it. And we are going to cut on the dotted line. Okay, and then we're going to cut down here and here. You can cut across. You can cut, see where this line is? You can cut that out. And we are going to have, when we're done, we're going to have 4 rectangles. 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Okay, so this is what, and we cut all the extra away, this is what it's going to look like. All right, and then now let's just cut the pieces out. All right, so here are my 4 pieces. I'm going to put those to the side for a minute, and I'm going to read the directions. It says heart halves. Cut out each heart half on the bottom and glue it next to the heart half with the same number of dots. So we're just matching them up. So if we look at our first box, we see a half of a heart with 1, 2, with 2 dots on it. So our job is to look through our hearts that we cut out for a heart that has 2 dots in it. And when we find that heart, it's going to be the same as the other side. It's almost going to be like you're looking in the mirror. You're going to glue that on to complete the heart. Okay, so you're going to glue that other side on to complete the heart. There's 2 on this side, 2 on that side. So it's almost like a mirror. This side's looking into the mirror and it's seeing the same thing. We're going to continue on with this heart that has 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. This heart that has 1, 2, 3 dots. And this guy down here who has 1 dot. Okay, and then if you did it right, you're going to see, like I said, you're looking in the mirror, you're going to see the same thing. So in this one, let's look for the half a heart that has 4 dots. Put some glue on. And we are going to put the number 4, the dots with 4 right on next to the half that's on there. You're going to continue the same with the 1 and with the 3. All right, so hopefully when you're done, your worksheet looks like my worksheet does. Now, if you want to really take it to the next step and make it the same on both sides, you could take your crayons and you could color each set of hearts, but it would have to be the same because you want them to match. So if you're going to do a solid color pink on one side, you'd have to do it on the other. If you were going to do a striped, which is always fun, you would have to do it on the same side because you're going to mirror what you're doing. You want to make sure it's the same. Okay. All right, you're going to continue with that. That's just the coloring is just taking it to one more step. So that's if you have some extra time or you want to challenge yourself. All right, so on the second worksheet that we're going to do, before I take a break, I'm going to turn off and I'm going to go over to our reading section to read you the book of Too Little for Love and then our 2 crafts. This helped Kesha mail her Valentine card by following the hearts to the path. So we're trying to follow hearts. So when we get up to here, we need to make a decision. Do we go this way or do we go this way? And we're following the hearts. So I'm just going to make a decision for you here. And then I'm going to hope that you can get the rest of the way. I know you can because you are super duper smart. So we're going to follow the hearts, and continue to follow the hearts. And we could color the hearts in. I'm going to color just a few to show you. We can color a few of the hearts in, or we can take our marker or our crayon and just do a trail like this, following our hearts. Okay, and our goal is to get Kesha to help her mail her Valentine. We got to get all the way over here to our mailbox. Right, so take some time to do that. And then I can't wait to see how you make out. If you stick with the hearts, you're going to be A-okay. You have to make a decision here to follow the hearts. And when you get here, you're going to have to make a decision. Do you go here, are these hearts, or do we go here to get to the mailbox? So your decision, your name on the top. Then when you're done, I just love making hearts because hearts make my heart warm. So I love coloring them in. You might not like coloring them in as much as I do, but that's okay. So you can go back and you can color these hearts in if you would like. So I'm just going to show you how I got to the mailbox by following my hearts. Okay, and then when you get to the mailbox, if you want to take some time and color your mailbox in. Do you guys have a mailbox at the outside of your, like along the street, or is yours in your house, at your house? I can't remember. Mine's at my house. You have to walk all the way up to my house, like your old house. And you have to put the mail in the mailbox that's right next to the front door. But a lot of people have a mailbox like this. My mom has a mailbox like this. I'm going to show you what I did real quick on the mailbox. Okay, there's my mailbox. I helped Kesha get to the mailbox to mail the letter. Okay, awesome sauce. So I am going to pause the video now. I'm going to go into our reading area. I'm going to read you the story of Never Too Little to Love. And then we're going to work on this paper. I gave you different colors. I think I did pink and purples and maybe some reds. We're going to decorate this. And then we're going to talk about the word friends and who our friends are. And then we're going to color or paint this worksheet. So, you know what? I think I'm just going to stay right here and read Never Too Little for Love, if that's okay with you guys. Never too little for love. Look at this guy. Let's see what's going on. This is Tiny Too Little, and he loves someone. But she's way up there, and that's a long, long way for if you're tiny and you really want a Valentine's Day kiss. He tries to reach her though, but he's too little, even on his tippy toes on a thimble. There he is right there on his tippy toes on a thimble. He's too little on his tippy toes on a matchbox on a thimble. You know, he's really trying. He's too little, even on his tippy toes, on a watermelon, on a matchbox, on a thimble. Look at that big old watermelon. There he is. He's still trying to reach her. He's too little, even on his tippy toes, on a teacup, on a watermelon, on a matchbox, on a thimble. Oh boy. He's too little, even on his tippy toes, on a cabbage, on a teacup, on a watermelon, on a matchbox, on a thimble. He's too little, even on his tippy toes, on a candle, on a cabbage, on a teacup, on a watermelon, on a matchbox, on a thimble. He just picked some random things, didn't he, boys? He's too little on his tippy toes, on a clock, on a candle, on a cabbage, on a teacup, on a watermelon, on a matchbox, on a thimble. He's too little, even on tippy toes, a cupcake, a clock, a candle, a cabbage, a teacup, a watermelon, a matchbox, and a thimble. Oh boy, I don't know about this. It's starting to wobble a little. He's too little, even on his tippy toes, on stilts, on a cupcake, on a clock, on a candle, on a cabbage, on a teacup, on a watermelon, on a matchbox, on a thimble. I think it's really starting to wobble now. Tiny Too Little reaches way up and starts to wobble, wobble, wobble. Crash! Oh, goodness. Topsy Too Tall sees Tiny Too Little, and she loves him. But he's way down there. It's a long way down if you're tall, but it's even a longer way up if you're tiny. So she bends down and gives him a kiss, which just goes to show that even if you're tiny, you're never too little to love. Oh, I love that. Want to see it again? She leans down and she gives him a kiss. The end.